Hey guys, this is our week 3 of our values part 1. So our values part 1 is a big module. So valuable. Please excuse the beeps if they're coming in on my phone because my laptop, the reception is really bad. I just had to turn over to my 4G. Excuse the beeps if they come in, I'm sorry. So, people just looking for me, because I'm so popular. It's messages coming in from all my groups and stuff, so don't mind it. I'm sorry about that. And there's another one. So, we move on to our values part 1. How did you go last week? How was your time to grow? Have you done it yet? Time to grow is an amazing one as well because you go through your goals, the reality of your goals, the options that you have, and the way forward. It's a fantastic session as well. I hope you're learning a little bit about yourself along the way. I don't see anybody commenting on things, so I hope you're doing them in your own time, I'm sure. Okay, let's continue. Part 1 of values. Just to remind you all that this is a confidential space and it's totally judgment free. And I want you to be comfortable and feel safe when you're in this space. Okay? So today we're going to examine what is behind the results you have in this area of your life. Because I know that you are committed to making the changes stick this time. And you want a different result. Because have you ever heard, if you've always done what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got? Why not make that change today and make a whole new neural pathway to a whole new way of being? So by creating the new pathways, you will create new possibilities. So we have to look at those old habits that formed so we can really bust them this time. So what we're going to do is identify the top 5 values that have been driving your behaviour and led to your current result in life. And then see what we could do to shift them and get a better outcome. Yeah. So we do more to avoid pain than we do to dig out our pleasure. It's a known fact. We hold on to things that are no longer helping us to move forward. So, a value is something that we hold quite important to us. To be of value. It is an emotional state, not the vehicle that gets you there. For example, giving to charities might be something that you hold of importance to you in an area of finance. But the donations themselves are not the value. You don't value giving a donation. Do you? You value the feelings that you get after you've given the donation. The feeling that you get of handing over your money to a worse, less cause than yourself. To like a women's refuge. To like helping dogs rescue dogs or animals, to some charity for cancer. What's the feeling that you get? You get a feeling of connection, don't you? And of warmth. You get a feeling of like self-compassion for yourself. You feel really good because you're helping people. Fulfillment feeling, isn't there? So those are the feelings. They're the values of giving the money. And another value of giving money would be that you're giving to people of less fortune than yourself. Isn't that it? You give to people of less fortune. Sorry, I'm just looking for my notes here. And when you give to people of less fortune, you feel... It's not that you feel like you should be so proud of yourself. That's not what you give for. You give for a different reason of feeling that you are giving to the world. Isn't that right? So yeah, excuse me, my phone is such a small screen. I'm used to looking into my laptop now, and my phone is so tiny. Okay, so now that you know the value, what a value is, it's not the vehicle that gets you to the value. It's the end state. So if you find yourself thinking about an action, then that's the vehicle. So the action is to give the contribution, whereas the value is what you feel yourself. Okay? So if you have any questions throughout this session, please comment below, guys, and let me know. Interact with me. I love a little bit of interaction. The time difference is a bit of a bummer, all right, but we'll get there. You can still interact underneath, and I look back the next day when you were after doing it. So what is the best and what has been the most important to you in your life? What has been the most important to you in this area of your life? So what is the value? So whatever area that you've picked in your life for... Just going to turn on a little bit of light because it's getting dark here in my kitchen. Sorry. So to be of value to you in whatever area of your life. So for instance, the area that I chose for myself when I done this was finances. What was important to me about finances? I'll give you just this is an example. So the love of money was important to me. Freedom. The security. The stability was important to me. And the happiness. It made me happy to have money. So they're all emotions that I had for mine. You write down your emotions for whatever it is, the area of your life. If it's health, if it's fitness, if it's relationships, if it's your home, if it's your environment, if it's the fun, whatever the values are, whatever it is that's really important to you in that area. Until we shine the light on the unpleasant feelings, we won't shine the light to the rest of our ability. Think of it as laying a carpet down, maybe on a floor, and there's all broken boards underneath the floor. You're not going to lay a brand new carpet down on broken boards, are you? You're going to replace the boards and then lay the nice new carpet down. So it's good foundations. And this is exactly what we're doing today. We're removing all the old and going to replace it all with the new. This comes in 2 parts. So I might do the 2 today for you and get it done so you can do it all together. And so you'll be able to put 2. This was by far the biggest learning curve for me since I've ever started how I made myself feel so shite, literally. Yeah. So now that you have your top 5 values, I want you now to actually put them in order. So put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whichever is of most importance to you. And when you do that, fair play. Well done. So identifying your values that drive your behaviours is a great start. And now we want to uncover the hidden rules for each of your values, because they reveal so much about how you might be feeling and not feeling. The things that you want to feel. So we're going to spend time identifying specifically what your rules are. The top 3 rules will be your top 3 drivers for you in feeling and not feeling that emotion. Okay? So now look at your number 1 value. What has to happen in order for you to have that value? For you to feel that value? Specifically, what has to happen? When does it have to happen? How often does it have to happen? And who has to be there? So do out that for all of your values, your rules for each value, what has to happen for each of them. And then you move forward to the next one and to the next one, you continue to do the same thing. So did you know that usually in order for the top value to be met, that all the underneath values have to be met too? So does this resonate with you? So So know that, and looking at the rules you have for experiencing your top favourite values, is it becoming more obvious why you might not have been getting the results that you wanted in this area of your life? And do you see any conflicts here? Are some of the rules in conflict with other rules? Are some of the rules in conflict with each other? And are these rules even achievable? Only you know what area you chose, and then you need to answer this. Be really honest with yourself. I don't know why these things are this way. It's just how I feel. Most people live their lives according to rules, and they don't even consciously know what the rules are. They say it's just a feeling. They're right, it is a feeling, but the feeling has been fueled by their actions, driven by their rules, by examining the values and rules we are unconsciously following. We can gain clarity about why we behave in certain ways. The quality of our lives is not only determined by our goals and aspirations, but always by the emotions and situations that we try to avoid along the way. So now let's look at moving away from the values and rules in this area of our life. In the past, what did you feel? You do almost anything to avoid having to feel this way. If you are stuck on this, just think of some of the worst scenarios, the worst situations in this area of your life. What were the feelings that you were forced to feel? What were the feelings that you were forced to feel? I'll let you know what mine were. So the rules that I had made as well were something unreal, like just absolutely crazy. So for me to feel security, like I moved country for starters, and not earning as much money as I would have been at home. And then my partner has to be there for me financially now, which hurt my independence. You know, it was all this figuring out stuff about myself. So for me, like I had to have money in the bank. My partner helps me when needed. Food in the press and a roof over my head. For me to feel secure, I had to have those things. Like that makes it pretty tough, doesn't it? Like that your partner has to be there to pay for stuff. Yeah. So what else has to happen? So I needed to accept that I have to ask for help, stop being so stubborn, and just ask for help. So my actual things that I just did not want to feel was failure. I didn't want to feel rejection. I didn't want to feel disappointment, sadness, loneliness. So they're all things that you need to go through next. This is such a good exercise, it's unbelievable. And then you get to a point then where you're asking yourself, so you do that down again the same. You list of which one is of most importance to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you do number 1, you're looking up and you're saying, what is, now that I have number 1 in order, number 2, number 3, number 4, I do anything to avoid through to I really don't like that. Go ahead and place them in order now. Takes a bit of time to do that one. Now look at your top unwanted state, which you've just had. The one that freaks you out the most. What has to happen in order for you to feel that? And go down along the same. What else has to happen in order for you to feel that, and what else, and what else? Till you get to the bottom one. Rules, rules, rules. Who likes frickin' rules? Rules are the ways that we organise our feelings that are the most important to us. But if we don't organise our rules intelligently and consciously, they become the barriers that prevent us feeling the very things that we want to feel. So when people do not experience their top values, whatever they may be, the result is a life of dissatisfaction, unhappiness, and pain. So now think about it. Are any of your rules that you've set up limiting your satisfaction right now in this area of your life? Are they limiting your learning, your growth, your ability, your progress? Is it possible that this is the reason that you don't have the result you want yet? So, that's our session. So let's wrap it up today. Let's do a quick comparison. Look at the rules for your top 5 values and the rules for your 5 unwanted states. How hard is it for you to meet all the rules and experience your top 5 values on a regular basis? That is, like, how hard have you made it for yourself to access the feelings that you really want to feel? And how easy have you made it to meet the rules to experience the unwanted states? That is, like, how easy have you made it for yourself to feel the things that you don't want to feel? And how hard have you made it to feel the things that you do want to feel? So does this, like, do you see the connection between these? And do you have values that are really hard to achieve and the unwanted states that are ridiculously easy? So does this explain the results that you have in the areas of your life right now? Because this was a serious OMG moment for me. Unreal. The good news is, once we know better, we can do better. So this insight that you have gained is a great start. Now that you understand better what drives your behaviours in this area of your life, make sure you take some time over the next week to reflect on what really serves you in this area and what you can choose to let go of or change. And next week, we'll go through the process to achieve just that, so that you can take actions and that you can better align with you and that they're supportive of your goals. So that's our values part 1. How do you like that one? And then go ahead and do your future pacing that I have put in as a single video. Okay? And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Ciao!